exactly how both of these teams manage this particular first hardpoint environment.
And take a look at that. WDC already had a very big opener there, but they couldn't really go in for the infiltration. But speaking of, Blacklist International already goes in there very powerfully. AG already getting that one important kill, and that is very good for them. They're positioning themselves very well enough, and we can see WDC kind of scrambling to get in those power positions.
Yeah, Blacklist though holding on to the barrack side. It's not going to give them a lot of hold on to the hard point. Not a lot of power positions being capped by them as they try to play White Warehouse as well. WDC shutting them down, and now auto repair as well as White Warehouse being taken over by the WDC players. This should be quite an easy one for the Dice to run away with in terms of those points. 20 seconds left. Good hunter killer drone being popped out. Not going to be able to find anyone just yet. Still holding down this White Warehouse, and Cheek finally going in for the access. A 2-on-1, and he does not win that fight. As WDC holds on to it, they should lose the hard point now.
And there you go, the rotation needs to come through. We see WDC not really going in there for the rotation going into P2. We already know Blacklist International is going to be very solid here in P2. We've seen it already so far. They do such a good job in this particular hill that it's so hard to see WDC maybe even go and break it. But then just like that, it's going to be a lot of gunfights already ensuing, but then unfortunately for Blacklist International, they're actually going ahead and winning all those gunfights. But then just like that, it's going to be Dolphin with the really big kills and really going into the integration.
Yeah, it's just back and forth in this particular hardpoint command center, not really being capped by either side here aggressively. WDC Freeslot finally having the time in there because the spawn for Blacklist International ultimate all the way back at the backyard and warehouse number 4, the B bomb side usually for the search and destroy that you guys see. 34 to 27. WDC managing to run away just a little bit now. Cheek unable to hold on to it. AG takes over for the final 13 seconds while WDC Freeslot sets up BP.
That's the price that they pay for trying to get the scrap points. They need to go in there for that full rotation going into trailer. Yes, it's going to be a little bit of a short ride, but oh, you can see here Tin's actually making really big gunfights. He's gonna get one more, and there you go, getting rid of 3 players already into trailer, and P3 control already for the side of Blacklist. That is going to be very impressive, all because of Tin. And if he just keeps popping up, that's going to be looking good for them.
Yeah, 52-34. Now Blacklist trying to run away with this. Dragonfire being brought out by the WDC side, though, trying to get this information before Blacklist runs away with this completely. Yes, they do have the spawns over at Shower Room, and that will allow them to pile on all of these players in towards that White Warehouse. But they also have to win their gunfight and make sure they send at least a couple of players towards the command center so they can try to spawn cap a few of these players and force them to spawn out of the corner house instead. And it looks like that's exactly what's happening here. WDC Freeslot getting everything done right to the key. 15 more seconds in here, and it should be quite the runaway train in terms of this P3. Blacklist International, they need to set up the defense at Barracks Hut. That P4 is going to be instrumental for them if they want to win this game.
That was a really good retake into that trailer, and the control and those points are going to be essential just because of how close we've seen a Guitar finally getting his rhythm back. Having that 3 kills, but obviously with the Death Machine, you will definitely get that. But then we can see here Blacklist International going in there, but then one more person already having 14, having 15, and there you go. They finally get the point, and it's all just scurvying all the way around here. WDC wants to go for that hit, but doesn't really quite work out. You can see here the Dragonfire already being deployed, but doesn't quite get it. But here we go. The information is key.
Yep, absolutely. The information is key, but they haven't been able to use it for themselves that much so far because of the mechanical supremacy of some of these Blacklist players. And yes, although Guitar is finding a little bit of his composure in this matchup, Blacklist International, they seem to be winning those important gunfights and now taking over Barracks Hut. These players from Blacklist International, they seem to be doing a majority of the work here. Dolphin managing to bring the Death Machine into play, trying to win all of these external fights. But if you don't go in and touch that hard point, you're not going to be able to stop WDC. You're not going to be able to stop the side of Blacklist International from running away with this matchup as well. Good plays coming through as they win the scrap coin for them. Let's see WDC go in for that reset. Auto repair should be a more solid one for them.
WDC always getting the scrap points, but then it took them just close into 10 points in between, so that's what's important. But then the one thing over here is that I thought Blacklist International had a very early rotation going into P1, but then sadly they weren't able to utilize that. They just went in, tried to kill every single one of them inside the Barracks Hut, but then this is the price that they pay. Just like that, we can see here 94 and 91 being contested though, but it's going to be occupied yet again by WDC.
Yeah, early rotations in there. Gods of RNG just smiling at WDC, sending the spawns all over the map, basically granting them a pinch push on to take over that first hard point. But once again, Blacklist actually winning it over with those mechanical plays. And the power position being held by Jabin as well as his LNG is just going to be showering all of those bullets down. And nothing much that the players from WDC can do. And now a double play coming through. And with Dolphin taking Jabin out, that is the run out of time here. Even the scrap points are not available for WDC.
Absolutely. 106 and 100. It's still too close to tell who is going to be winning this. And finally, we get to see WDC having a very good push going into P2. Something that we didn't really get to see a while ago, but it's one more person to make a difference, and that was a very big kill. 10-29 already. Looking for that wonderful 3-0. And there you go. 3 people already inside the hard point. The defense is going to be absolutely what we saw. We can actually go and end it here. But then as we see, Guitar and Dolphin wins their gunfights.
Blacklist International Ultimate, they made the right choice by bringing in the hard point towards firing range. Kenshi going in here to shut down all of the plays, not even pulling out the death machine just yet to control this hard point. He knows that they will be able to get the winner, and the timing of the plays for those operator skills will definitely mean a lot. And if they pull it out at the wrong time, WDC should be able to make it back through. And now, about 10 seconds left onto this hard point. Blacklist International Outlet actually running away with this matchup. Okay, we seem to have lost replays here, unfortunately, but it's okay.
Hello, sorry about that. Hi.
Yeah.
That was a really good pick, right? When that happened, they got the scrap points. Not only that, they went in there for the early rotation going into trailer, but it doesn't matter because you can see here WDC already went in there, won the gunfight. AG was the only one left here in trailer. Wow. And he was, big kills right now from Ambition.
Oh, but Dolphin, he's holding this spot. He does have the death machine in hand. Nobody else is going to be able to step on in. Ambition holding it as well. Did win a majority of those fights outside, but just like WDC were doing earlier, you can't go and clear the outside area without stepping on into the hardpoint. Blacklist International Ultimate, they jump on in with Jabin's Blacklist International Ultimate impresses once again, or WDC fight a well-fought match right back in here and force a fourth game. It's going to be Kenshi with those early scopes in, not going to be able to find Ambition as he plays this very, very smoothly, backs away from all of the danger, sends a nade in instead and gets the check as he backs away. Information is key, and WDC do not want to drop early.
That was a really good push, and Kenshi almost gotten very badly hurt. So a very aggressive push going into the side of Blacklist International, just wanting to get the position of 2F. That is something that you want to do, but it's a good thing that WDC didn't really overextend, because if they overextended in 2F, they probably would have been dead already. Oh god, timing! You see Blackjaw just by a little bit just go against the scope of Kenshi.
Kenshi not being able to find it. The guy has just been a little unfortunate with the timing in here today. Will be able to spot Blackjaw this time around, but he does not take that hit quick enough. But it really doesn't matter. Blacklist International Ultimate, they can take their time. Cheek looking for the opportunity, might be able to find Kenshi if he makes one mistake over aggressing. Cheek now backing away as they try to reposition themselves. The play towards the B-bomb side does not seem to be super solid. Jabin check-in, if or not the cable car edge would be a more viable option. The bomb seems to be rotating over as well, and this seems to be the play that Blacklist International wants to go for. But Kenshi needs to open up with a snipe first.
30 seconds, now 22 seconds left on the clock, and Cheek is going to be the person that can probably make the difference. Bomb is going to be going down, really just equalizing things at 40. Still, no one drops from both teams. This is probably the most passive game I've seen here so far, but that's not going to be here for too long. You can see finally Kenshi having that opening pick, gets rid of Dolphin, gets another one. Guitar going down as well. Ambition though with the trade. Oh, we can see here it's all WDC.
Oh, Kenshi, come on! Hitting those snipes like that, not going to be given the players of WDC any choice whatsoever. Cheek now trying to play the cheeky defuse, but Scud punishes him. Kenshi, the playmaker for the side of Blacklist International Ultimate in the search and destroys. He is awakened, and he will be looking for more of those sneaky snipes.
Oh yes, it's going to be Skurd and it's going to be Kenshi that will make a difference here. It was always going to be Kenshi for the opening pick, but for the finisher it will definitely be Skurd if you want to get into a 1v1 situation or to clutch up a situation here. But again, a very passive play from both of these teams. It's a good thing that WDC, even though yes they lost that, they were able to hold down a side very well. And Cheek with a very cheeky spot, seeing some person going into that top, but then doesn't really quite get rewarded as to one headshot.
Well, trying to spot the players over at the cable car edge will find absolutely no one. We do have Jabin on the spot though. AG with the bomb still sitting down in the middle of control room number 2. They don't want to aggress on Fort. Jabin gets spotted out. Cheek sees his shoulder, but will not be able to take that shot as Jabin backs away. We do not know if or not Jabin has that information, but Cheek does. And AG steps on Fort. I believe that's a quick stun check in. He will not be able to get that check, and Cheek does not aggress on Fort. He should have spotted the foot of Kenshi though.
This is actually kind of unfortunate to see. Take a look at the map right now. One person, it's going to be Tin, that's going to be right behind them. I'm not quite sure if he was actually staying there or if he got disconnected, but it's a good thing he's actually going in for the rotation right now. Maybe they just actually waited for him to come back. So finally, we're gonna get to see a move. 3-2 split going in here, heavily stacking Bravo, but finally, Skurd taking that opening pick, gets another one. Dolphin and Cheek going down for WDC.
Now, are we going to be... Oh, Kenshi goes in for the strike as well. Guitar has been dropped. Ambition looking for the comeback. And Tin gets punished instantaneously. Ambition backs away, but the backstab from Jabin cuts him off and brings Blacklist International ultimate their second point.
Here we go. 2-0. WDC struggling to find all the points. Cheek, Dolphin, and Guitar having 0 already. And all of the boys right now of Blacklist International looking really good here so far. The passive play seems to be like it's working for them. Cheek with the hit marker. That is just so unfortunate. That could have been really big.
Yep, he could have taken the second one as well. Just misaims it just a little bit. Unfortunate for him. Guitar as well as Ambition, they do not miss. They go for the strike. And the numbers look good for the side of WDC to make a comeback in this one particular round. The defense has been solid and they have eyes on the bomb. And in fact, they stand right above it, guarding it.
Guarding the bomb very well. Bomb is going to be going down. That's a really good read. They know very well where it is. 3v5 situation, and Blacklist International needs to find a way to go and get rid of Dolphin. Stun check if they still have any of those. Skurd could be the person to go in there, but they need to do a bait and switch. Skurd, here we go. Finally gets to see one.
Oh.
Does quite get that. Dolphin goes down. Really good plays here. And that is the kind of movement I like to see from Skurd, but they still need to do the instrumental job to actually go and pick up the bomb.
I thought he was going in for a bait and switch, but guy waits for no one. He went in there for the bait and the kill. And it took a couple of seconds before doing that as well. Skurd, ooh, this time punished by Ambition. And the numbers, although they do not look great for Blacklist International ultimate, Tin has the power possession, goes in for the second shot, and Kenshi just missing that one will be quite upset. The bomb on the ground, Kenshi misses yet another, has to reposition himself. Tin taken down, Guitar punishes both of them.
That was just unfortunate for Kenshi, and I feel like he needs to get a little bit more patient with all of that. Yes, he did, but at the same time, you are hard scoping like that, you are going to be vulnerable to everyone else around you. I feel like the fact that they know where he was, and he still tried to get that shot off of that person off of the other side. It really just left them to really just get rid of Kenshi. And there you go, 1 and 2 in the favor of Blacklist International still, but WDC looking really good in that round.
Oh, now let's see exactly what the nade will bring. Cheek with the toss in, but luckily for the player, they back away in the nick of time. So no check, no nade onto anyone, no early kills for the side of WDC, which is going to be a struggle. They need to find those opening picks. And Cheek, if he's not going to be able to hit, because he's got sitting on the 0 so far, even those nades, they need to at the very least connect here, Beef.
Yeah, not only to connect, but to just give information that someone is going to be there. And WDC has a hold of that 2F. Kenshi doesn't really quite make the shot. That is just very unfortunate to see, but the information is there already. With that in mind, you actually have to go in for the pinch, knowing that a lot of players are there. You need to go in there for the pinch, go into that side, and really just get rid of every single one of them in that top point.
It's good here, but AG on the other hand does not watch his back. And Cheek immediately takes advantage. Skurd, opportunity. But Dolphin! No bait and switch! The guy does it all on his own! And the backup from Cheek does not need it. Kenshi, as well as Tin. Unfortunate for Cheek. He goes in with a quick scope, does not get that kill. And he backs away. 5-3. The numbers still look solid on the side of WDC just to equalize this right now.
And if I were like Blacklist International, knowing very well that every single member of WT is going to be in that top, you need to go and rotate into Alpha instead because they have the opportunity over there. But here we go. Guitar gets rid of Japan and also from Tin. It's only Kenshi all by himself with that sniper. That is not going to be good. As we see here, everything is going to be evened out. But like I was saying a while ago, they had that information from Kenshi that there were multiple players in that top, but then they still wanted to engage that even though they were at the bottom. If you're in 2F, you have the advantage of looking down and getting rid of everyone. But instead, they just took the fight. And that was like bad for Blacklist. They need to do it something different with in terms of like the counter plays.
I agree with you. I mean, they thought they could force their way through, but this time round Cheek will go in for the punish. And Tin, their main man, has been dropped, but Kenshi with a beautiful return. Guitar dropped by Jabin as well, and they go in for the early push this time round, securing that B-bomb site. Skrrd manages to get the punishment and he serves it up onto Dolphin. Are we going to be able to see Jabin step up as well? It's going to be Blackjaw. Jabin right behind that wall. They don't take it. They don't need it. They've got the bomb site for themselves already. But Ambition, sneaky plays, should be able to bag him quite a bit. Is he going to stop the bomb or is he going to go in here for a sneaky diffuser later on? He plans to go in for the diffusal. On for the retake, AG right onto the right-hand side. He shuts down the first player and backs away. But the numbers game do not look good. Skrrd drops WDC's players, leaving just one more left in here. Ambition winning the first one, but the numbers will catch up.
And there you go. That's what we like to see from Blacklist International. And even though that Cheek got that opening pick, they said no. They kept that power position, which was 2F, and they just rained down a bullet just right in between the head right now of Ambition. And yes, he did a good job there, just really holding everything down, but it wasn't enough. And I feel like that was really good for WDC. That wasn't a poor performance, but it's right now you're going to have 3 and 2 already. You can see Tin with a double kill, Cheek and Dolphin going down.
Oh, Tin, what a play so far. Getting those numbers on the side of Blacklist International. Ultimate the bomb on the ground. WDC, they need to scramble and pick this up. Look at the pinch coming through. Tin drops Guitar out of the equation as well. WDC, the boys, they have got no up. Oh, too quick.
Too quick indeed, and Javan already putting things up. That was a very quick round for this team. And 4-2 already. We're inching closer and closer for maybe another win from Blacklist International Ultimate, but knowing WDC, they might close the gap just a little bit more. Yeah. So we can see here, finally we get to see WDC having a hold of that bomb. Kenshi doesn't quite get that shot. Needs to go and reposition himself, but then the information from Cheek already comes through, knowing very well that multiple players are going to be in control room.
Yeah, unfortunate for them that stun is going to be helping the side of WDC take over the side of control room. AG as well as Skrrd, they win their gunfights. Ambition trying to trade things back in. It's a 3-2 so far. Ambition, one more guy behind, but he should be able to find Skrrd. First information given back to the side of Blacklist International, and now Ambition, and he is the Blackjaw needs to come in here for the save, but Ambition, he makes the play, snuffs out AG. Ambition taken down, and the shorty will strike. Skrrd finishes this off. Blacklist International Ultimate with a match point, trying to run away with this game.
And it was just all up to Cheek to just give that information. Instead, they went in there a little bit too aggressively. My dudes, this is not supposed to be team deathmatch. You know very well that there's going to be people into the center. You can slow it down if you want, but then the bomb down was already like that. But Ambition with a really big kill. It goes down. Really good opener. Ambition with another one.
Oh, Ambition is really doing the heavy lifting for the whole team in here. Guitar shuts down Kenshi. And this is really required from the side of Wdc Freeslot just to equalize and stop the side of Blacklist International Ultimate. But once again, they are on match point. And WDC, they need to hustle up if they want to be able to grab this AG now, thinning down the numbers, but a 4-on-1 should soon catch up.
But then he does have a really big advantage here. He has top, but then it doesn't really matter because 30 seconds. That is going to be a very pressured job here because Blackjaw is going to be right there. And we already knew that was going to happen. Again, another point going into a Wdc Freeslot. One more point for Blacklist International. But we've seen this before where a team was supposed to win. That is Smart Omega. One more point, but then it just didn't really happen. DG was able to go and pull through with that sweep. But then we'll see if that's going to be the case here for WDC.
Well, keeping it alive, WDC Freeslot. Cheek looking for those quick scopes once again. Will find nobody. Kenshi, on the other hand, with his heart, will be absolutely turning out empty. AG will find a quick frag on Ambition, and that's the punishment that they need. And with Ambition out of the equation, Cheek is desperately looking for those scopes. He will be able to find one. Skirt right behind all of those boxes. Will Cheek be able to strike once again? Tin has been spotted. The quick scope will not be able to find Tin, and the pressure play from the side of WDC slows down. Skirt goes in for the response, drops Skirt open as well as Guitar, but then taken out by Blackjaw. Still the numbers here look equal. Are we going to be able to see that plant now come through? It is still on the side of Blackjaw. They can't make that play now. Oh, where the brown side was Jaybird with that backstab just undoes it. And now Blacklist International Ultimate with the final fight gets it done. 6-3.
And here we go. Blacklist International just getting go up against Blacklist International before, and we already saw Blacklist really dominate that search and it's going to be standoff in Domination. So if it's going to be the same case here, probably not, because I'm really hoping WDC finally gets a map off of Blacklist.
Okay, now let's see if or not they will be able to hit this, right? Because, you know, just in terms of the data, no data, sir, very, very difficult. Dolphin moving on through and, you know, try to cap that B flag, and they should be able to pull it off with the numbers here. But the power position being played and that smoke at the right time will allow Wdc Freeslot to play this, even though the power positions are being held on by Blacklist.
The play of the smoke is just absolutely crazy. That was really good timing, but then Blacklist International going in there very slowly, not quite capping it just by a little bit. The kid's already doing so much damage, just denying that cap here in Bravo. But then you see here one person already making a lot of difference. That's going to be definitely Kenshi going into that top blue. So maybe they can go and clear out everything, but with the friend service out right there, it's going to be very hard.
Strong plays coming through from the side of Blacklist. Finally, as they will go in for the cap on the B flag, they should be at the very final second before the kills come through from the side of Guitar. And it is going to be WDC Freeslot struggling a little bit here as they try to regain their momentum on this map. For the time being, it just seems to be a lockdown from Blacklist International Ultimate. They have got the favorable side on the Special Forces base. They hold on to Grannies, and they're holding on to the private backyard as well. And what I'd like to see is that the overextension from Jabin is out towards the statue as well as Tank, and I think that's actually going to win them quite a lot of these pressure plays. And without Jabin, it really doesn't matter because Age is really picking up those pieces there.
Exactly. It's a power position going into that statue that really makes a lot of difference. And the fact that they have that, even though they spawn so far away from it, that is one thing that WDC needs to get a hold of, that power position off of the statue. You get to see every single one of these angles, and that's why you really need to get that. Really powerful plays here from Blacklist International, even though they had a little bit of a shaky start. It doesn't really matter here, but one person already might actually go in here for that solo cap Dolphin, but he doesn't really quite do that.
Yeah, it's going to be quite tough if they don't go in for the exact same play, but either you dismantle Grannies or you go in for the smoke play once again. So wide open in that way, it's going to be absolutely impossible for WDC to cap this, and yes, the players will fall one after the other. Blacklist International Ultimate playing this map through the D, and they are playing Domination the way it is supposed to be. WDC, on the other hand, I do not understand the struggle here. This is not the usual side that we are used to.
And that's why you need to get Alpha, because it's how dominating you can be. Because you have Tractor going into Statue to get that power position. You have Granny. You also have Top Blue. That's why all these players just favor Alpha just a little bit. So Tin already going a lot with a lot of kills already here so far. Ambition tries to get that, but only with 5 kills already to his name. AG, on the other hand, having 12. And look at that. Cheek has near 4 kills.
Oh. This is crazy. 75 to 54. We reach the halfway point with Blacklist in front and WDC just struggling. Kiss X with 3 kills.
Yes.
They are struggling, Beef. They are struggling.
It's really those individual gunfights that they struggle to really just get over, but then now you can see here Blacklist International getting a hold of that, and they know that they want to get that Alpha flag. So Javen already pushing himself all the way there, but Cheek is there for the defense. The Holger 26 is definitely going to be a gun that can do that from long range, but he's going to bring out his Death Machine, so that might actually make them go in for the push, but I don't quite see it. It's not here. He's getting a lot of these kills, yes, but no one's actually stepping on Bravo.
Oh, Kenshi all streaked out. Literally, man. The guy is stacked and he should be bring much of firepower into this matchup. And when we look at WDC Freeslot, what sort of answers do we have? A double death machine response can come through, and Kiss has already pulled his out. And this just seems to be a situation where Blacklist International Ultimate will be able to back a stellar gameplay towards the end to finish this off. WDC Freeslot, they are being forced to use all of their score streaks early in here just for the desperate attempt for the cap on the B flag, which I think is going to be the undoing of the ties.
And take a look at that. Even though they have the very powerful spot here and even have the operator skills going now, they weren't able to do anything. It's like there was no strategy going into when you pull out all of your operators. Make sure that you are going to plan on going to Bravo, but instead they went for picks. And yes, that's going to be important, but it was so open. There was one point no one was going to be in that center. So when you're planning out when to use that score streak, you really need to have that strategy of when to push and when to use your operators.
Jabin right now finally pulls out his death machine. How much of damage will he be able to bring in? He does not get the second piece for himself. The shutdown will be through. And now the B side, the B flag has just been open for so long. Cheek making a crazy play with his position that he holds on to, but punished at the end of the day. It's going to be Jabin still in here. The sentry as well as the threat missile can be dropped onto any of those heads as they try to get the final second cap. And I think Blacklist International still have this game in hand because of the score streaks that they are able to play in those final moments. And they don't have to panic just yet because the comeback from the side of WDC does not seem to be set up. A long time, WDC had those opportunities to go in for those double caps. They don't take it. And finally, they are trying to play that C flag. But Blacklist, they will go in for that prevention. Predator finally is dropped onto that B flag. No cap for them, but no capitalization as well. So Blacklist, they're making a few of those mistakes as they try to win this matchup, Pete.
Oh, take a look at that. Skirt almost having that solo cap and then Dolphin just for the shutdown. But then just like that, it's going to be such an amazing push here. 3 and 4, the Kiss and Cheek going in there for that Bravo push. Wins their gunfights. That's going to be a very good push. And Blacklist International, that's not going to be very comfortable to see. Halfway point. You only need a few seconds left. And there's going to be a lot of players right now from WDC to try and make a difference.
Yeah, this is potentially the longest matchup that I've shoutcasted that the B flag has not been capped at standoff. And Tin literally goes in there now to clear off those markers. Blacklist International Ultimate trying to get it done. Kenshi trying to win all of those gunfights as well. But from the back, she will just undo the fight as he shuts down the play from Jabin. The score streaks now need to come in here for the pop. 122 to 101. I think Blacklist International Ultimate is just leaving this too much towards the last point. And now a 3-man cap should be able to back this for Blacklist as they take the B flag finally.
WDC just struggling here, and I am so excited to see it. C flag almost getting captured as well. That Bravo, they need to get a triple cap at this point. WDC is just inching away slowly into even trying to grasp that third spot, but Blacklist International says no. You can see the setup is just absolutely perfect. You can see there's going to be a sentry gun right in that top floor. Gets rid already. You can see that triple cap going on, but then not quickly enough.
Yeah, so, Blacklist International Ultimate, they've been sitting down on this triple cap for so long now. WDC has got no chance whatsoever to make a comeback, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. 147 to 110. A tremendous effort from WDC, but they just seem to be showing up short match after match after match in the